first and foremost, for the record, we'll begin with your first name, last name, spelling of it, and how you would like to be titled for the story.
It's Bobby Pierce Long, Long.
And how would you like to be titled, by your rank or any
Just by my name.
by your name? Okay, perfect. And let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, just speaking with your family, I believe your granddaughter. She told me they've held birthdays for you, 80th, thrown big parties, and 90th birthday, 99th. We're reaching 100th century. So first and foremost, just tell me, how do you feel?
Feel pretty good. Can't run a race, but I can walk a little bit.
Definitely. I read your bio. There's obviously it's such an extensive history. Tell me, I mean, you reach 100. What is the first thing that comes to mind? Because in your bio is so rich. What's the first, I guess, instant of your life that you like to go back to a lot?
Lord, I don't know. I've had a good life. It's a safe. I got through World War II, so I've done pretty good. But everything went off real good.
I have to ask you about World War II. You witnessed a very important time in history when we won the World War. We saw the bio. Tell me, reflecting on that time, because I think it's a big part of our history and your history. What's the first thing that comes to mind? What are some memories you can share?
Well, I was aboard a ship for 19 months in World War II. We were fortunate we didn't have any battles. I was in 2 years, 18 to 20, July to July. So I had a good time in there. It was a long time, but seemed like.
Tell me about that generation of men, because it's something I mean, as Americans, we're really proud of. We always talk about that generation specifically. You being part of it, what's one thing that you would like to kind of tell the audience, about that generation?
Well, I really don't know what to say. Say the truth. I made it there okay, but what to tell you, I don't know.
I want to ask about the El Pasoan. I mean, your family has been here for so long. Just looking at your bio, you born and raised in Faven. So, tell me, in El Pasoan, tell me what 100 years of living here in the Sun City has been like for you.
Tell me again.
Living 100 years here in El Paso, the Sun City, what's that been like for you?
Well, it was a good life. I made it out pretty good. And never had a lot of money, but we always got by pretty good. I worked around 40 years for the railroad after I got back out of the Navy. And I was working there before I left. It was a good job. We made pretty good money. Not a lot of money, but we got by.
And seeing, you worked for so long, like you mentioned, for the railroad. Now seeing your family, I mean, how large it is. Everybody's here gathered for your birthday. I guess that's kind of essentially your legacy. So tell me a little bit about your family, Bobby Long's family.
Well, like I said, I was born in Famous, born in a tent. So the times was really tough. And we moved to El Paso when I was about 2 years old. And I lived here, went to school at Burleson, started at Burleson School. I went to Escalante School and Isleta High School. But I was a junior, and I quit and went to work for the railroad. And there I stayed till I went into service, got my 2 years in service, and then I went back to work for the railroad.
Tell me, every birthday, I mean, it's a milestone. Tell me what it is like for you, reaching these milestones. I mean, it's 100, it's a big birthday. And again, from your bio, there's so much to take from to kind of honor you. But for you, what's kind of what comes to mind when you've reached each milestone like today?
Well, I don't know what to say. Just I've been blessed with lots of good family members. Went through a lot, different things. but everything was good. I made it pretty good through these years.
It is Father's Day as well, which is what makes today very special and unique. I'm a father myself, so it's a very rewarding experience for you to have your 100th birthday land specifically on Father's Day. You've built your legacy, your family here. Tell me what's that like for you, combining the two today.
Well, it's really good to be able to have family. We all get along pretty good. To try to see each other as much as possible. But other than that, it's about a normal life.
Like I said, I'm a father myself. I've been a father 5, 6 years. You've been a father for so long now. For fathers out there, what would you say in your such rich life? How would you say what's the most special thing about being a father?
Lord, I don't know what to say. Tell you the truth.
Hold this.
What's that?
That's your World War II hat down.
Oh,
You gonna put it on?
What?
Here you
You
go,
like
sir.
that? He loves
Thank
wearing
you.
his Vietnam hat.
I can hold the microphone for you. Perfect. Here you go.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and adjust the shot a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so we have a lot of veterans here today as well. Tell me, obviously, you served during a very important time for our nation. Being a veteran and being honored, especially looking at the time you served in, tell me also the uniqueness, the specialness of being a service member for our country.
Well, that's it. I was in 2 years, from 18 to 20, and we was real lucky. We was either coming and going during the big battles. We were headed for Okinawa, and we went and picked up some Marines over in San Diego, headed to Pearl Harbor. And while we were there, they put a garbage scow behind the ship to dump the garbage, and the captain got underway, tore the screw off the ship, so we couldn't go. So we got squished on the Okinawa invasion. And from then on, we traveled all over the Pacific, all over to Japan. I was in Tokyo, Japan when they signed the peace treaties, so that was pretty special. And after that, we traveled all over the Pacific, different places, China.
How was it like for you returning home after all that and beginning your life?
It was okay. I didn't have a problem. I stayed out of work for about a month, and I went to work right off. And then we got married. I married my sweetheart, and I left when I went into service. She didn't date anybody while I was gone, for the 2 years I was gone. We come back, we got married, and we was married for about 40 years. So she passed away. But
Sorry about the loss. And you started your family how soon after you came back?
pardon?
How soon did you begin your family when you came back?
It was, I can't remember exactly, but we didn't get married till a little later. We had a little money I'd saved, and we spent that. And I went back to work, and we got married.
So you've been a father for how many decades, would you say?
Well, my son is 75. My daughter is 73. So I had those two. They both live here. Well, my daughter lives in Las Cruces.
I gotta ask you this personally. How has it been for you, that experience of being able to be a father for so long? See your kids grow so much. I mean, my kids are tiny, so I can imagine you've been able to see a lot of faces of your daughter's life.
Yeah, well, it was a good life to keep my, and I didn't have much problems with my kids. They grew up not giving me a lot of trouble, so we had a good life together.
Looking back on 100 years, how do you break up your life in kind of like sections? What obviously I imagine the war was a big part of it, and then your time in the railroad industry. How would you, looking back on these 100 years, how would you break them apart, and how do you feel about each period of your life?
Well, I was like I said, I was pretty lucky. Had a pretty good life the whole time. Everything went real good. The railroad. I ended up being the general warehouse foreman. And so it was a good job. But it was all right. Everything went real good.
Obviously, you've experienced a lot of how the world has evolved so much in this century. Living now in a time where things are so different. How's that been like for you, seeing the world evolve so much technologically, everything really?
Well, it just seems like it's a lot different, but I managed to get through it. I had a good family time on it. And they always helped me. We had good times together. So I think that's a good part.
And to bring it back to the celebration, how does it feel like seeing everything your family puts together, the pictures, the decorations, and then ultimately just trying to celebrate? I mean, because it's a huge milestone what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I really enjoy it. I thank them for it. And we've always had a good life. Got to get along pretty good together. So other than that, I can't say much more.
And let me make sure. Okay, programming. Party starts at 3. Would you like? Can you send a message to all fathers on Father's Day today? Yeah, so a message to El Pasoans fathers here on Father's Day.
Well, I don't know what to tell them, but I made it around pretty good with my kids. They're both here today, so I just enjoy their life. We all had a good life together.
And then a message to the city of El Paso. I mean, you're just one of the persons with the richest history currently in El Paso. You definitely have to say so. I guess a message to El Pasoans about living life here in the borderlands for so long.
I don't know. Around there's a lot of Hispanics. I learned to speak fairly well Spanish. We got along okay. And then when I was a foreman, most all my employees were Hispanic, and we spoke Spanish a lot. But I'm getting a little away from it. I don't use it that much anymore. But I try to keep it where I won't forget it. But I don't know what to tell them.
Mr. Long, also, what is, to close it off, can you share perhaps a favorite memory of yours in each period of your life, whether that be during the war, or most impactful, doesn't have to be necessarily your favorite, just most impactful, whether it's the war, whether it was growing up in Fabens, or working in the railroad, or even now closer to 200 years old?
Well, yeah, it was like that. I worked with the railroad. Had a lot of different people there. It all worked out real good. I just loved El Paso. From the time I was able to do different things here. Didn't have much trouble. Never got into trouble. Thank God for that. We had a good life together. That's about it.
One thing before I let you go, what's one thing about life that you have to say hasn't changed from back then to now? It's been a century, and I guess what would you say is the one constant in life, perhaps?
Well, it's been a good life. And they say for the World War II, I made it without getting problems for 2 years. But other than that, I don't know what to tell them. Say it's true.
Definitely. Anything you're looking forward to in your party? Any parts of the party that you're looking for?
No, really not.
The-
Just have a good time together. Tell stories or whatever.
Mr. Long, anything you would like to add to conclude?
No, I don't think I just thank you for doing it. We enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, right now I said Happy Father's Day. Thank you for your service, and I forgot Happy Birthday is more than anything right now. So really appreciate it. I was about to go get you, because I know they got to get you ready for the celebration. So really appreciate it. Let me make space. Thank you.